Hello and welcome to the prom night. Now my last attempt at recording this, absolute bullshit. But that's the way you go, so watched it through, got bored. So this is basically an introductory vid into what I'm going to be doing on this YouTube channel. So, rather than wasting it and making one that's completely dead boring and sends off people clicking the backspace, I will show you what it's all about. Games. I'll be like sort of play testing them but not really giving them proper, basically playing through them, you see them, I basically do something similar to Steve Benaway and say what I think of the game. Electronics, where projects of mine put on, I explain how they work, do a kind of EV blog, and explain, show and demonstrate what I did and how it worked. Vintage computers, because, well, everyone likes to see a vintage computer. Well, if you do it if you're a geek like me. And of course, consoles. They won't be all modern. Although PSP is now officially obsolete, I don't think Game and that even sell the games for anymore. I haven't been out. To be honest, I'm not much of a social creature. I don't really do anything outside this room unless if it's going to college, not college as in the Yanks will put it on it, but college as in English college, like between university and school. Not the college that the US calls university. Not that. This is English college. Because the plan is next year, university. Well, this year actually, technically, but when the college term ends, so that's got that clarified, and that should be that. And, well, of course, the next bit is my car. I love driving at least. But the car isn't going to be part of the channel. I don't even know if it's going to be involved in it in the slightest. But as you can see here, electronics bench, little breadboard that I've been working on. Don't know whether that's visible over camera. So the channel will be pretty simple really. First, the messages that you come up by default at the beginning, that's because I'm using the trial version that allows me to edit the software produced by my camera. Because video camera actually turns out crap compared to digital stills camera, which I shall show you. There we go. So anyone curious about that, you know what camera I use. If you really want to know, pause it and look at the part number. Also, because this does low-level HD, any of you who have the bandwidth that can handle it, I'd recommend watching it in HD, but if you don't have the bandwidth that can handle it, go in the lower resolutions, you'll probably miss out on fine detailed text, but other than that, it'll be fine. So, exactly, should I go into detail of what I'm going to be discussing? Well, projects that I'm working on in electronics, maybe some ideas, things for when I need help that I can't Google, because Google is your friend. I'm no professional electronics engineer. I purely learnt it thanks to Google, really. Own initiative, learn it all myself. Computing, on the other hand, that's what I'm aiming for in the ultimate goal, to be a networking engineer, be the actual person configuring and building the networks. So that is just something random. If you want to know that, you now know it. If you don't, you forget it. So with that will come vintage computer reviews, what I think of the computer basically. I might do modern machines if I run out of, well, I will run out of vintage computers pretty quickly, but I don't have a huge amount. Not as many as I'd like anyway. Game sort of reviewy things, me playing the game, saying what I think of it, whether it's a pile of crap, whether it's good. And of course, game consoles, looking at them, going into specs, the usual sort of shit you do in that. If you're interested, I'm not telling you to subscribe. If you want to, feel free. If you don't, click off and go somewhere else. Purely up to you. Audience is basically, if you're into any of them 4 areas, not aimed at anyone specifically around the world, but I won't be able to help people in other countries about where to get stuff, other than eBay. So, for an introductory channel, I'd say that's good. And also, as a little disclaimer, when I meant Yanks at the beginning, I don't mean it in any discriminative term, I just mean it as, well, like, USA. Before anyone decides they don't like that. But if I'm right, the US, yeah, those of you in the US have a team called the Yankees, so it's obviously not a bad word. Well, it's very generally used in the UK, if I'm honest. But that's that, and I reckon it's time to say night night.